Why is it that you work so hard and you persevere? It was a struggle and you make it. Yet, behind the scene, there are things that you don't know, people that you don't know that sit back and watch you. And their motive is nothing good. They say what's in the dark must come out eventually. You know, for a long time, and it was difficult, it still is difficult. I struggle with trusting people. And it bothers me. And just when you let your guards down, which they say don't ever let your guard down, there's always someone. It could be someone even close to you that you don't even know, that is scheming, creating, figuring out how to get to your pocketbook. Yes, my friends, welcome back. This is story time. Patrice M. Foster. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't underestimate anyone. You know, we hear a lot about scamming and businesses. Make it a point to warn you, to warn us about the different scams out there, especially pertaining to banking, pertaining to money. So it's out there. And sometimes we're so naive, because I was, when we hear, oh, YouTube, I was scammed. And I'm like, oh no, she was scammed. I don't believe her. It wouldn't be me. It can't be me. No, no, no. I won't be scammed. I am so smart. I'm intelligent. I'm a nurse. I went to school. I'm professional. I cannot be scammed. Hold up. Put the brakes on. Listen, I was scammed. This is a true story, reality. Click in, automatic. Scammers are not dumb. They are very intelligent. Let me tell you, those inmates behind bars, they are very intelligent. So intelligent, they know how to scheme. They know how to get over on you. And just when you think you're out the clear, they're watching, waiting, and warning each other. Because once they start with you, it's like a revolving door to get you, to get at your pocketbook, to get that cash, to get that money bag. I hope you understand me. You know, I'm a small author, write books, don't make a lot of money. I'm just trying something to build up, a lot of nurses, and I say nurses because that's the field I'm in. But a lot of small time business trying something, a lot of professional, I said, or working people trying to have a side job, because there's this real struggle out there. Foods are expensive. Everything is expensive. Gas is expensive. You have to do 2 or 3 jobs. Gas price is way up. Now, online you're seeing all your friends, they're going on vacation every day. I don't know personally if that's just Facebook pictures from last year, they go on a trip or what. But people do things to feel good, to make themselves feel like they're competing with you. So here's my story, how I was scammed. Like I said, I'm a small-time self-published author. struggling to make an impact. Books in general do not sell that much, especially books from Black authors. Hear me out here. Somehow, everything is categorized black and white. So, the most money I've made is with audiobooks. That means a narrator order your books. And no, you go to ACX and find different personalities, voice, different people to read your book, record it, and then you ACX sell it. It's part of Amazon. Now I'm thinking, the naive in me, thinking that ACX vetted these narrators. They got the nicest pictures you can find on their profile. They have a lot of voice, sometimes sample of their reading. And most of the time, what I do, and I didn't think of it, it was just a reflex. I don't normally research the people. I only go and look because they say they have a LinkedIn profile, they have a Facebook profile, they have all these profiles, and they have their work. So I need to see their work outside of ACX. So I would go and do some research, a little research, and see, oh, does the picture match up? Does the voice match up? Is this the right person? And they're so good at it. You know, before I continue, you might hear about, there's a different kind of scam where they're saying that the book author, most of the narrator, they may charge $100 to $400 an hour based on if they're actors and actresses, so they're at the top of the line. But there's some good deals that you can get for people to read your book. I should say it's not an hour, it's per how many words something like that. ACX, I don't have to calculate it. ACX have a formula that everyone who comes on there would know. So I'm thinking my little research is okay because ACX already vetted these narrators. But what I find out is that I have paid $100. The ones that said they want between $100 and $400, I have chosen them because those supposed to be cream a la cream, the best of the best of ACX. But what I find out is when I pay that fee, those books do not move because the narrators somehow wasn't the cream like they said. But I didn't think to research further if they really was who they are until the other day. So one of my books, I decided to do some look around, decided to do an audiobook for it. And I bypassed Amazon also has features. No, I should say, sorry. KDP has features where you can sign up for audiobook, but they don't sound urban to me. So I researched on ACX. Not a lot of African American narrators on there. And when I did choose some, they don't follow through with the project. They come up, oh, I am sick and I'm this. This is a business. Just like you go to work, this is a business for me, and it's a business I treat it like. So if you can't complete it, I just cancel the contract. Point blank. With a period. So anyway, most of the new, some look, you can tell they're new because the questions they ask you. And I usually send them a tip of what I expect when I receive the voiceover. So this particular, she was a lady that I chose. Her voice was nice. I liked it. It was very professional. It was very engaging. And I chose her to narrate my book. It took longer, and there were several red flags. The thing about red flags, how we keep ignoring red flags, and the red flags is a sign and in your gut telling you, hey, put the brakes on this, cancel this. But I continue. I was soothed. I was behooved by that voice. I wanted that person on my book to read. So anyway, went on. The person kept delaying. And even when it was completed, I had some hesitation. I waited longer than I have. Usually I review it right away, or if it's in the queue, because I have several books trying to get narrators to read it. But this particular book, it's not out yet at this time. I waited longer. For some reason, my gut's saying I shouldn't follow through with this contract. They were asking me all sort of things about money, and at one point the person sent Wells Fargo account, and I'm like, oh, this should have been a red flag, because I never asked for money, so I don't understand why they sending me their account to send money to. But I ignore it as usual. And then there were several incidents where the person I'm the one who paying them, not them paying me. So they become aggressive, become rude, and you can sense rudeness. As a matter of fact, it was like they were cursing me in their text, that they know something, this and that, And I still didn't see that red flag, because I was soothed and behooved by that beautiful voice. Anyway, I said, let me continue. I didn't like certain things, and I was naive to know what does text-to-speech mean, and how do I detect in my audiobook, how to detect that this voice is not real. I did not know anything about that. So I liked the voice. I continue. And finally, they gave me, like the Q15, and I approve it for them to continue. And towards the end, it was completed way late, and I accepted the excuse and continue on. Oh boy, Patrice, you are so naive. Now that I look back at it. So when it was all over, I asked for the information, because I already gave them the information first thing before the book started, to send, so I could send the payment, because it's completed now. And it took a while, because they was trying to get me to utilize their Wells Fargo account by sending them via Zelle. I'm not doing that. For some reason, something went wrong that I did not get to do that. I said, okay, I will do it PayPal. That's how I would pay the rest of the other narrator. Why is it so different from you? When in the beginning, I said, that's the payment we use over here. And so I did that. I paid the money. And ACX, once you pay the money, the author pay the money, then the narrator needs to, on his end or her end, because it was a lady, got the money. She needs to confirm it with ACX. I've received the money. So everything went cool. They received the money, and maybe a week ago, not a week ago, maybe a week after, ACX reached out to me. They took my book down. So you see, they took the book down because it was text to speech, and so they don't approve that. They want real live voice on their platform. Now, I didn't know what text to speech mean. How did my book got kicked off for ACX? What did I do wrong? Apparently the producers, which now it's not Emily Wilson anymore, and that's the real name. Emily Wilson, when I went back into Google and research, Emily Wilson name was on Audible. Emily Wilson picture was there. So I went back, do some research. What does text to speech mean? It automatically, I think it meant AI. And I said, I didn't want AI, and I didn't want text to speech if that's the same thing. And I reached out back to the person, but they were ghosts. When I look at the profile that I chose to narrate my book, nothing was on there. And so I reach out to PayPal. I say, I've been scammed. I pay all this money, and this person switched it. They said, send the payment through PayPal to a different name. The name was, I forgot the name, but it wasn't a real name. It was a name of a company. I said, okay, and I send it to that. And so when I went back to get my money from PayPal, because this was a scam, and I'm explaining them I've been scammed, PayPal is I felt like PayPal did me wrong. I reached out to Wells Fargo in connection with PayPal. I did not get a result. 2 weeks after I put in a claims with PayPal, PayPal sent me a letter or email and said the case was closed. And first before that, the person on the other end offer me a partial. I said, no, I don't want a partial. I want all my money. No, they didn't do anything for me. They got my book kicked off. They did something that I didn't want, AI or text to speech, as they say, got my book pulled down, and I was worried. So I reached out to ACX. I said, what does this mean? I've never been in a situation where my books are kicked off. And they explained to me, because I thought I could never come back from this. Like, when you're a small timer, not making enough, and you get your book kicked off, you say, oh my God, hearing so many things, the Amazon and ACX, and fighting with them, and you're gonna have to, it takes a while. All that was bubbling in my head. But when I reach out to ACX, I said, look, I was scammed. Is there any way, because when I went back and looked, I could not find the person profile. Is any way you can, in your system, before you delete it, can you give me the information of the person? Because the name and I only meant the name in the email that the person said for me to accept the partial payment was Gregory something, a Nigerian name with a Gmail. And it didn't match up. So is there anything way, ACX, or did you already delete the information of Emily Wilson? Because Emily Wilson picture, it looks like a real picture, like she took somebody, or he took somebody picture and posted, and so that I could click on it. Because, You click on the picture, see the picture, you envision the person reading your book. It sounds very female-like. Anyway, so ACX was able to, before they deleted out their system, they sent me back the information. And so when I look, she had no samples there anymore of her voice. That was a red flag. And then that's when I knew I was scammed. So I reached out back to PayPal and I said, you closed the case. You gave the scammer my money. I'm not sitting down. I'm getting my money and I'm going to fight for it. So I need you to reopen this case. And they told me, PayPal, the guy on the other line said, I don't know why they closed the case so fast. I know why they closed the case. I'm tongue-tied today. I don't know why they closed that case so fast. But I do, because maybe on that end, through, Wells Fargo, PayPal, somebody had a connection there. That's why he was trying to get me to use Zelle. Anyway, so I got the information from ACX because I didn't have the information. What was the cost? I didn't have any receipt. I didn't have anything. And so they were able to give me some information of what the contract that I proposed to this person. I got it back and I copied everything and I went back and opened up the case with PayPal. And I said, look, this name is Nigerian. They're everywhere, aren't they? What a surprise. The scammer from Nigeria is now in ACX. And I don't care what people say. You might say, oh, I'm just, on the Nigerian. They're everywhere in a different country, I should say, watching you, scheming how to get to your bag, how to get your money. And I was furious because I wasn't going to sit down and let PayPal, let this person think he get over on my money. And he won. Basically, that's what he thought. And so I opened the case and I got all the information that PayPal needed. And I was so livid. And I wrote a letter and I told them, you let this scammer go through. If you shut it down again, I'm opening the case a third time. And within the 2 weeks or so, I got back a letter, less than 2 weeks. PayPal said, I won. I got my money back. So I'm here to say, and I'm still a little leery of these narrators. They put in pictures, they put in voice sample, and you're being the professional. You trying to, let me get this straight. Over the years, I found some good narrator who stick to the point, they do their work, and you pay them, and that's it. But there are some that's leaking, and now that I know they're Nigerians in the ACX system, also tell me they're not being vetted. I don't even know if they do it on ACX, vet them. But you need to be, if you're a self-published author, be aware that you may come upon these kinds of scam that takes your money. Literally, and it may be hard to get it back. What I must say, and what I've seen on YouTube and the internet, is that they're saying that a lot of narrator, and believe me, I don't have a bestseller. And that's the one they try to, when a narrator wants to narrate books, they looking for the bestseller. And that's where the scam for them is. The producer that may have bestsellers, they're saying that there's a scam. They're not really having any books. They delay them and stuff like that. I don't go seek out YouTube. They have a lot, but I haven't heard anything where the author's saying they're the producer and they're getting scammed from the narrator. But this is the first for me, and I'm just out here trying to, educate. If you're a self-published author and you decided that you want to take your book to another level, let me tell you, there's money to be made in audiobooks. I think that was the right choice for me. Even though you may look at my books and you don't see any review and you don't see anything, the audiobooks is elevated and is making more money than the books selling. And with audiobooks, you don't have to stay in one place. You can find a way. Several company that utilize audiobooks all over. People use it in their cars. So don't be discouraged. I know this is not a normal nursing books, but I'm reaching out to tell you there is scammers preying on you. Praying, not praying, not praying, praying, seeking, looking to scam you on ACX. Be careful, friends. Have a wonderful day or night in your state or your country. Good night. Thank you for coming.